Dear students, welcome to the video tutorial on library automation workflow related to circulation and MIS. Now, circulation work of library of any type or size involves a group of definite operations that are very specific, repetitive and systematic. As a result, right from the beginning, automated circulation system have been fairly successful in case of library automation domain. Such system requires minimum set of essential data for capturing or carrying out circulation activity, and data may be captured in a variety of ways. Say for example, we started with library automation through manual entry of accession number and member ID, then came the barcoded circulation, and now almost all large libraries are switching over to RFID based circulation system, where the entire circulation process running without any human intervention. Now, circulation activities in a typical library may include different kind of circulation activities alongside the interlibrary loan, independent branch management circulation, setting of circulation rules for different branches, and some of the software like Koha also allows to set different circulation rules for different branch libraries. Now, a circulation system typically which is independent of any library automation software provides different information related to transaction of loan. That means what materials is in the library stack or ready accessible or for ILL, which material is in loan and from whom and where it can be retrieved, when a particular item is due, when materials on item will next be available in library, and what are the materials can be reserved from the user interfaces. These are a few information often asked by the users and the library managers, and a circulation module of an automated library system must provide all this kind of information. Now, when you are about to start circulation activities in your automated library system, you need three minimum data sets. First data set is related with the information about the borrower. There you need to know the name, address, telephone number, borrower code or identification number. Say borrower code or identification number is the primary key in case of this particular borrower table. Then we need to define borrower categories and privileges related to that particular category. So, this is the set for information about the borrower. On the other hand, we need another information set which is related to the resource being borrowed. Say there we need call number of the document, resource identification number. In most of the cases, accession number is actually acting as the primary key for the resource table. Apart from the accession number, we need to have title, author, publication year, edition, reservation details, etc. related to a particular document. Now, information about the loan itself is also very important data set: date of issue, due date, date of return. Now, here these three data sets, the borrower data set is basically coming from the member table, the resource data set is basically coming from the catalog data sets, and the loan data set can be generated automatically. That is the date of issue of the book, due date on the basis of the privileges given or on the basis of the circulation rule framed, and date of return is also calculated automatically by the ILS or library automation software. Now, here you can see the circulation panel of SOL software. Now, here you see there are only two fields which you need to enter. One is the accession number, that the accession number of the item being borrowed, and the member code, that is the member ID of the borrower. Now, here you can add data manually. The moment you add the accession number manually, the related data like title, author, accession number, etc. will be coming from the catalog database, and the moment you enter here member code, the member related data will be coming here from the member database, and the moment you click OK or issue this book, this particular loan transaction will be recorded inside the ILS. So, it is a fairly simple process. Two tables are basically concerned. In book table, accession number is acting as the primary key and the member table member ID is acting as the primary key. Now here you can add any devices, say for example you can go on for manual entering of accession number and member ID, but in considering the human error, most of the libraries here are using barcoded circulation system. Say for example the accession number will be barcoded in the book, the moment you scan it will go on to this particular field. Similarly member card is also the member ID in the member card will also be barcoded. The moment you scan that, the value will be going to the member card. So if you are using barcoded circulation system, the possibilities of error are very less. And nowadays libraries are also using RFID to handle unmanned circulation system. That means the moment you scan a book, it will be automatically get issued, but the process will be the same. Through you can have data from variety of data capture devices including manual data entry, but this process is independent of the library management software and mostly follows by all sorts of automated library system. Now as I told you that data capture is generally based on the barcoding, but which are used to encode both accession number and member codes. These barcoded data elements can be read through a portable light scanning device, normally we call it barcode reader, and some automation packages have also started utilizing modern data capturing equipments like RFID, radio frequency identification, smart card, etc. And in RFID based circulation system, the entire process can run without any human intervention, issue, return, everything, fine calculation, then fine can be submitted through payment gateway, all kind of things can be done automatically. Now other circulation activities or functions are something like to perform all charging and discharging activities at a workstation in real time, hold processing function to enable placement of reservation on any title or item desired by the user, calculation of loan period automatically, to calculate due date automatically, overdue processing, sending reminder for overdue items, cash management and fiscal management, all are part of the circulation activities of a typical library system. Now fiscal report generation is another important activity for circulation. It is basically related to record daily financial transaction including fines and fees levied, fines and fees waived, fines and fees collected. Transaction control function sometimes also used to block user who exceed overdue threshold, that means too many overdue items or too much fines generated by a particular borrower. Library automation software automatically will block that particular borrower for issuing items further. Now user registration function to assign, track and maintain borrower profiles is also becoming a part of circulation activities. Report generation is a very important function of circulation module of any library automation system. Now as a whole, a typical circulation module of any ILS is expected to perform following major operation. First is the membership management, then transaction management, that is the issue, return, everything, reminder generation, fiscal management, that is to collect, calculate, record fines, etc. Interlibrary loan is part of the circulation module of any ILS, and maintenance of the stack. Now if a particular library has adopted RFID, the stock rectification is very easy because it can provide signal from the misplaced books, and library staff can identify misplaced book in the stack very easily and they can replace the book in their proper location. But a library system which is not RFID enabled, the stock maintenance and discovering misplaced books and to place them in their right places is basically a cumbersome job and time consuming and labor intensive process. Now when we come to the membership management, the membership management includes following steps: creation of the master database and maintenance facility, category and privilege determination, calendar setting. Calendar setting is very important. That means when you are calculating fines in real time, you need to exclude holidays. So before you are calculating fines, your calendar must be set properly to indicate different holidays and recesses in case of an academic library system. So, calendar setting is a very important job for fine calculation in real time. Member enrollment facility, new membership record creation, modification of the membership record, deletion of members, renewal of memberships, all are part of the patron management under the circulation process. Now, next is the transaction management. In transaction management system under circulation module, we are managing issues, that is check-in, returns, check-out, renewals, reservation, recall, list of document borrowed and document availability. Nowadays, the OPAC module can be linked with the circulation module, and in real time they can produce information whether a particular item is available or on loan. If it is on loan, when the due date. If librarian allow, it can also give information about to whom it is borrowed, but normally because of the reading privacy rule, librarians do not allow such kind of information, but ILS can generate that kind of information to whom it is actually borrowed and when is the due date. So, these are all activities related with the transaction management. Then another important part is the reminder generation. The facility is meant for generating reminders for overdue documents to a group of members, to individual members for a particular due date and to all. Sometimes you will be amazing to know why this to all, but sometimes it so happen that library is in a position to call back all the issued book for a particular reason. Say for example, stock verification process, we need to issue an order to all borrower that you please return your borrowed books on such and such date, so that the stock verification process can be completed. So, sometimes although in very rare cases some kind of reminder can be generated which can be circulated to all members throughout the library system. The format and text of reminder letter may be modified, may be predefined by using ILS functionalities, so that you every time you do not have to write a letter and take information from the circulation module. The circulation module itself can generate corresponding letter to different members by taking addresses, pin code, name, the details of the book borrowed, overdue books, the amount of fine, all can be generated individually against a particular user through the facilities given in ILS. So, reminder generation is a very important function of circulation function for any library. And next comes the fiscal management. So, fiscal management is basically the activities related to manage outstanding dues against a member. This facility allows entering of overdue charges or amount against a member and generation of payment receipts. Sometimes some automated library system also link the fiscal management facility with the payment gateway. Now, the latest version of Koha came with a facility through which member can provide overdue fines through PayPal account. So, that kind of facilities are already available with different library automation software. Interlibrary loan is another important issue in circulation. ILL simply means that document of a library can be issued to the members of other libraries, and no libraries of the world, as you know, in a position to procure all the published documents on all subject areas. As a result, library form a network grid so that they can offer a common membership kind of theme. Say for example, in my locality there are 5 libraries. Instead of being a member of all different 5 libraries, I can be a member of my local library, and by using that card I can borrow books from any other libraries. So, that is basically the concept of interlibrary loan. And if the library is not located nearby, then it is the responsibility of the library to manage or arrange delivery of the books over post. There are different document delivery service providers are working. For example, in India we have 2 big document delivery service provider, one is the Delnet and another is the Inflipnet. If your library is a member of Delnet, through Delnet network you can have books available in libraries in other cities, Delnet will provide you the material against a nominal membership charges and postal charges. The sub-module of an interlibrary loan module should be there to handle ILL membership, ILL borrowing and ILL lending. Just like your local circulation data set, you also need to maintain the data sets related to members, related to transaction and due to related to different kind of issues and returns for the members of other libraries who are not members of your library, but borrowing books from your library. Now, the next important task of circulation division is the maintenance, and I am afraid to say that most of the job related to maintenance is not in the purview of automation. So, in most of the cases your library automation system can help you to find out what are the lost documents, what documents are got the status of wear and tear. So, that document list you can generate from the circulation module, and on the basis of that particular list you need to take different actions. Say for example, in case of lost document you need to arrange replacement, or you need to arrange deposit money which given by the borrower for managing the loss. And in case of binding, you identify a list of documents which are in wear and tear position, then you select that particular list of items and you can send to the binder. And sometimes you need to also go for weeding out of the document, and weeding out information need to be entered into the item related data sets in the catalog module. Say for example, you withdraw a particular copy of a particular book. So, that information you need to enter or you need to update in the catalog database also, otherwise it will give a wrong message or wrong information in the OPEC module. So, these are the jobs related with the maintenance section of a circulation subsystem of integrated library system. Now, circulation is associated also with the generation of lot of reports. It generates reports, lists and statistics on various aspects or activities. Say for example, sometimes circulation module can be utilized to generate member photo ID card, to generate reminder letters, to list all the library members by following a particular short key like surname or borrower ID. Then item issued over a particular period, item returned over a period, all this information sometimes required by the authority of the library, and your circulation module can readily generate that. Other output generation may involve items reserved over a period, items transaction history, then most frequent borrower, most popular circulation items, all you can generate from your circulation module. Membership expiry list, member reading history, fiscal report, library usage, and altogether most frequent member and most frequently issued items. Now, apart from the above mentioned list, report and statistics, a computerized circulation subsystem may also generate list of items issued to a particular member, can generate no dues certificate, can generate gate pass, ILL reports, transaction details undertaken by a staff working at circulation, because circulation module is very important module, and normally in library circulation modules are given to a few staff only. That means circulation login and password are shared only with a few staff, so that the responsibilities can be settled at the time of emergency. So, these are the output which you can generate very easily from an automated library system by using the circulation module. Then sometimes on the basis of demand and need, list of lost document for which amount recovered, list of documents sent to binding, order letters for binding, list of withdrawn items are also produced by the circulation module. Now, what is the advantage of circulation module? That means what are the advantages of automated circulation system over the manual one? So, in case of automated library system, the circulation module can help you to identify and trap reserved documents on their return from loan. That means the whole reservation process you can make automatic, so that the moment a book returned, the person who reserved that particular book he or she only can issue that particular book, otherwise your ILS will put a restriction on it. Then it can generate printed form or in electronic form, overdue and recall notices. It can send reminders to you borrowers over email. Even nowadays SMS reminder generation is also possible if your library is subscribing to a SMS gateway. You can collect and display different kind of issue statistics. You can print checkout and check-in slip, manage a variety of catalogs of stocks and borrowers, each with its own library defined circulation parameter. That is very important for branch library management. It can help you to keep records of the fine payment in details. It can manage multi-site provision with each site having its own stock, own borrower, own associated circulation parameters and own item types. So, a huge amount of information you can be generated by using automated circulation process. Automatically you can change status of an item in the OPAC after it has been issued or returned, because I already told you circulation and catalog modules are now interlinked in an integrated library system. Circulation can sometimes help to add on the fly data. Say for example, one particular book is available in your library which has already been accessed, then but it is not upgraded to catalog data set. In circulation module you can, if a particular user actually demanding that book for issuing, then in the circulation module you can generate an on the fly or fast track catalog record for that book and you can issue that book to the user. So, this kind of facilities and tools are nowadays associated with the circulation module. It also allows user driven reservation from OPAC and different kind of fund accounting related to circulation system. Now, here you can see the the interface of Koha, that is I am just giving an example by taking a snapshot from Koha. This is the circulation module and these are the processes related to circulation module, checkout, check-in and many other things what we have discussed so far. Now, circulation can generate lot of reports and MIS services can be produced through circulation and many other library modules which can help library manager to take certain decision. The whole report and statistics in real time can be generated and altogether they can be termed as MIS service or management information system in library automation. Now, different kind of reports and statistics can be generated, reports related to item, report related to order, report related to or statistics related to borrower. Then the important reports and statistics may be the reports on item issued, returned and reserved over a period, report and statistics on most frequent issued item and most frequent visited member. Say for example, sometime to make library popular, you need to give some prize and award of the most frequent user. In such cases, this kind of statistics may help you to take decision who are the most frequent user or top 10 most visited members of the library. Now, reports on the title history for journals and journal usage can also be produced. Now, here you can see in the Koha how many reports can be generated. It is giving lot of predefined report and also the provision to generate custom reports. So, if you click the guided report wizard here, it will go it will ask you that what kind of report you want to produce. It can be cataloging report, circulation report, acquisition report, etc. Then it will ask or allow you to pick up different kind of MySQL data elements available, and it's just like a Meccano set. You can pick up n number of fields from the left hand panel and you can put it in the right hand panel, and finally your report will include all the fields you have selected. So, almost any report you can generate by using 5th generation library management software. So, with this let us conclude that circulation is fairly simple in case of library automation system. Basically it deals with the two sets of data, member data and the books data, and the loan data can be generated automatically. And the modern MIS management system of library automation system is really comprehensive and help authority to take different important decision, that is the right decision at the right time. Thank you.